So this is the YMBA Senior 2023 Dhamma paper, question 2, prepared by Sister Sumitra and to be presented on the 20 on the 14th June 2026. So the question 2 is Tantu Sako Che Subro Che Apa Kicho Che Salah Buka Buti. Give the meaning of the above two lines and state the significance of the advice given for living a proper life. So, introductions. The following lines is the second verse of Karaniya Metta Sutta. That is, Santusako che subaro che apakicho che salahuka buti. Santi drio che nipako che apagabo kole swana no hidho. It outlines the qualities of a practitioner: contentment, being easy to support, having few duties, and living a light life. This answer explains the meaning of this term and their This answer explains the meaning of these terms and their significance for a proper lay or renunciation life. So the meaning of Pali terms. So here is a table from the Pali and then the English translated equivalent. Tantu Sako is contented and easily satisfied. Che is and Subaro is easy to support or maintain, not burdensome to others. So the same meaning, but two different aspects. Easy to support, then the other one is not burdensome. Apakicho, having few duties or obligation. So as a result, is not busy, unburdened by too much extraneous work. Salahuka wuti, frugal, simple in livelihood. Santririo, his senses are controlled and serene. And I think it's Santa Indriya, if I'm not wrong. Nipako, discreet or prudent. Apagabo, modest, not prudent. Kule Swana, nu vido. Kulesu is with or to families and or devotees. Anagu dipo, not greedily attached. So not greedily attached to families or devotees. So the meaning of the verse is, it can be explained as follows. The practitioner should be contented, finding joy and satisfaction in what one has, rather than craving for more. Hence, one becomes undemanding and flexible, making it simple for others to care for or easy to support. So having few worldly duties, for example, projects or entanglements that cause unnecessary stress, as a result, adopting a simple way of life, result busy schedule or much traveling that poses burdens on oneself. One observes the training of sense control, being discreet, that is, be careful and tactful in speech or actions, to avoid attracting unnecessary attention. One ought to be cautious when associating with others and not greedily attached to families or devotees. The significance of the advice for living a proper life. So these practices may lead to a balanced, stress-free lifestyle with the following benefits. 1, foster mental peace. So when we are contented, being grateful with what we have, and not craving for more, it reduces greed and craving. It protects the mind from restlessness. envy, and endless dissatisfactions. This helps us to observe ethical conduct, sila, and choosing a lifestyle which is modest, flexible, and not weighed down by luxury or excesses. It supports inner peace. Such calm and lightness supports meditation. So the second significance is eases relationships by being easy to support, meaning simple in needs, being reasonable and moderate in dealing with matters and approaching people. We will not become a source of frustration, nor becoming a burden to family, friends, and community. Or in the case of the monastics, their relationship with the supporting devotees. It helps to form healthy and mutually supportive relationships that led to social harmony. Number 3 is reduces anxiety. Living a life with few duties and a simple livelihood means not filling life with unnecessary activities or tasks or commitments or any other worldly distraction that leaves little space for Dhamma investigation, meditative practice for mental cultivation, practicing generosity and loving kindness. So simple lifestyle without burdensome commitment creates conditions to develop mindfulness, wisdom, etc. So the fourth significance is it creates freedom and being focused on the main purpose of life. Being prudent, mindful in speech and actions, reduce excessive material and social commitment. It allows us to be agile, responsive to things that truly matter in life. So as a conclusion, in short, Santu Sako, contentment, and Subaru, easy to support, reduce craving and social frictions. While Apakicho, few duties, and light living, free the mind for Dhamma practice. These 4 qualities are not merely monastic ideals. They form a practical blueprint for any person seeking a peaceful, ethical, and purposeful life. So these are the reference. That's the end of the question 3. So any comments?
Quite good lah.
Good. Short and easy, yeah.
Yeah.
But the only question is, how can I remember this?
Yeah lor, 还有冰山 I say. First year paper, first year things are come out. 哎呀，susah.
So
That's
now
why
we
I tell
are
you all, senior part 2 is for my perspective. I find that this is the most toughest years among all the 5 years. So you all those taking this year one better back out because I find they don't set any challenging question. Then whatever you see in the past year, hopefully they come out. So I don't know. That's my point of view. It may be wrong. So I find this is the toughest. I better work hard on it, especially the year 4.
If you are good in Pali, it's okay lah. If you are
not good in Pali lah. I good in Pali by looking at dictionary.
Yeah, but that's how you build up lah. Don't worry. You gradually build up. It's okay, right?
Hey, you a diploma in Pali already.
Yeah, I say look at the dictionary, I don't need to memorize that. I mean for the assignment, just check dictionary only ma.
No, but that is the first step lah. So don't worry. All of us has to go through it. If you don't build up, you don't have it. But if you build up, the chances is gradually it will come through. We may not be ready for the exam, but doesn't matter. If you got a choice, you take other questions. If you have no choice, then no.
Susah.
Don't be so negative lah. You susah also you get distinction, right?
See how the result come out.
Ah, so don't worry. I think YMBA is very generous to us. You see, all four of us have got distinction. I was surprised. So I don't think I'm entitled to distinction, but this is what they gave me. So it's
Aiya.
no?
Okay lah, do our best what to do.
So okay, so if there's no other comment, I'll proceed with the question 4. Okay, the question 4 by Sumitra is the question is Avijja Pachaya Sankara is the first line in law of dependent origination. That is the Paticca Samuppada. So the question is explain the above 3 words. So the question are very specific. Explain the 3 words. Avijja Pachaya Sankara. So for introduction, Paticca Samuppada in Pali literally means dependent origination or interdependent co-arising. It is the core Buddhist principle explaining that all things arise in dependence upon other causes and conditions. Nothing exists independently. Everything is part of an unbroken chain of causes and effects. This principle is mapped out as a cycle of 12 interconnected links that explain the perpetuations of existence and suffering in Pali samsara. So breaking any of these links stops the cycle. The Pali phrase Avijja Pachaya Sankara translates to conditions by ignorance, volitional formations arise. Or another translation is ignorance as a root cause for immoral or unfruitful actions and thoughts. It is the first 2 links of the Paticca Samuppada, outlining how the cycle of rebirth and suffering begins. So let's go into the Avijja Pachaya Sankara question. So Avijja Pachaya Sankara is the first line in law of dependent origination. Avijja, that is ignorance, meaning not knowing, spiritual blindness. It refers to a fundamental lack of true understanding. There is not seeing the 4 noble truths, not fully understanding suffering, its causes, its cause, its end, and the path to its cessation. That is the 3 noble truths. One does not realize that the nature of all physical and mental phenomena are impermanent, unethical, to suffering, dukkha, and non-self anatta. In other words, one views impermanent things as permanent, failing to grasp the concept of non-self. One tends to think, this will satisfy me permanently, or this anger is really me. That is avijja at work. Because of avijja, the mind grasps, resists, and reacts in confused way. Pachaya, that is conditions or dependence. The conditioning relationship, it indicates that the first element acts as the necessary root or foundation for the next to occur, result implying a strict or one-way deterministic cause. Condition, cause, or supporting basis. Pachaya shows relationship. One thing gives rise to another. In dependent origination, nothing stands alone. Phenomena arise depending on causes and conditions. So here, avijja pachaya means ignorance is the condition for, or because ignorance is present, something else arises. Sankara, volitional formations or karma. The mental constructs, intentions, or volitional actions driven by ignorance. They are the accumulated mental habits, thoughts and deeds, whether it's wholesome, unwholesome, or neutral, that shape one's character and lead to future rebirth. Karmic actions, mental, verbal, or physical, are driven by that ignorance. So sankhara are a response to sensory inputs. Only mano sankhara arises automatically when a new sensory input occurs at the purama karma stage. That is a foundational concept in Buddhist philosophy referring to past actions, accumulated habits, and the result of past deeds that shape our present experiences. Attachment to sensory experiences is the root cause of generating thoughts with raga, dosa, or moha. Such thoughts, that is mano sankhara, also lead to immoral speech, vachi sankhara, and actions, which bring their results, that is a vipaka, in the future. When we understand the nature of the world, we generate specific mental, verbal, and physical activities. This sankhara can be wholesome, unwholesome, or immovable, for example, during deep meditative states. Due to ignorance, we construct actions and habits in unwise ways. This sankhara then conditions consciousness and the rest of the cycle of the suffering. A simple way to understand the whole phrase: because reality is not understood clearly, the mind creates intentional patterns, reactions, and karma. As an example, someone criticizes you. Here, avijja, I'm being attacked. I must defend this self. Then, from the sankhara point, or anger, harsh speech, resentment, revenge planning. So this then continue the cycle of suffering. So sankhara can mean all conditioned phenomena in some context, but in this specific formula of dependent origination, it actually means karmically active volitional formations. So avijja pachaya sankhara, although it starts with avijja, it is to be noted that avijja is not the first cause, because samsara is beginningless. The origin of beings revolving in samsara, being clogged by avijja, cannot be discovered. Paticca Samuppada teaches the cycle of rebirth. The cause is both the cause and effect, alternately, or to be more precise, the cause becomes the effect, and the effect in turn becomes the cause of subsequent effects in the universe of space and time. So as conclusion, thus avijja pachaya sankhara means with ignorance as the conditional ground, volitional formations arise. Avijja is the root, not seeing impermanent, suffering, and non-self. Pachaya indicates the conditional, not deterministic relationship. Sankhara are the karmic intentions, that is the bodily, verbal, and mental intentions that emerge from that ignorance. This first link of dependent origination shows how unawareness fuels the entire cycle of rebirth and suffering, and conversely, that with the cessation of ignorance, the construction of new karma ceases. So this is the reference. So any comment?
Sorry for the slide. Yeah, the next one. I think slide number 4. Number 3. This one. Sankhara are a response to sensory. Only mano sankhara arises automatically when a new sensory input occurs. This one, I'm not so sure. Correct or not correct?
I think is it automatically? I think these are depending on how you interpret lah. I think it's also conditional so it cannot be automatically But maybe this is the way they explain
Purana karma stage. I don't know.
Sister
A bit hard. I don't understand this one.
This is from Pure Dhamma, one of the web page that I browse through. Because when I go over all this explanation, I look for explanation and related statement to this Sankara and found this statement. So I'm not really sure how it works, but it seems to answer to my curiosity. So I quoted this.
Okay, so I'm not so sure. Only Mano Sankara arises automatically because I think the bodily Sankara, the verbal Sankara also may appear, right? But because it say at the Purana karma stage, then I thought lah. This one a bit hard, I don't know. Then such thoughts, Mano Sankara also lead to immoral speech, Vachi Sankara actions. So I thought since you put the Pali word Vachi Sankara action, so maybe you also put the Pali word there lah. And okay, so then the next slide. But this one. Sankara can mean all conditioned phenomena in some context, but in this specific formula, it usually means karmically active, which is correct lah. But the karmically active, if like those arahan one, what do they call? Is it so active
Arahan no more Sankara already It's functional already Arahan has broken the dependent origination
So this one.
This one is for those who are not enlightened
So the sentence is correct lah. Karmically active.
Yeah. I think on the dependent origination, Sankara refers to this.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
So any others?
I go through. You say Purana is the what I call that? Old or what I call former ancient one karma, the old kind of intention. I mean action performed in the past, whether in this life or previous life, the result currently meaning experience because of the past action. Does it mean this? Purana karma.
Only or Mano Sankara arises automatically when the century of this and the Purana karma. Not sure.
Yeah. Here say past karma also, right? Past action.
Could it be something related to how the rootless consciousness arises? When we experience something pleasant is due to good karma. Something like this. Could this work?
To me, I will look at it this way. See, if you look at karma, the word karma, that means it refers to the action. So I also think Purana that means the past action. Right? But because here you are referring to this Purana karma stage, so that may also have the action, past action, and the results, But I don't know because based on
Sorry, because it says Sankara respond to sensory inputs So if sensory inputs is present so
it triggers that means the current.
Then why automatically arise when a new sensory input occurs at the Purana?
Because it triggers the past habits. So this has to do with the habits. Or rather, we can call it the anusaya, the latent tendency. So that latent tendency will give you certain results.
Referring to the past.
Then it will trigger you to do based on your past habit. I remember I read this before, but I didn't explore.
Okay. Okay.
So
Never, I
it,
think it's okay lah.
Here he put some more. In some Buddhist texts, the body itself is described as a result of past action, illustrating how past karma has contributed to the present condition. So it is important to note that in Buddhism, present experience is not explained solely by past karma. Current choices, intention, and other conditions also play a role. So Purana karma refers to the influence of past action, not to a fixed destiny. So what do you think?
yeah, I agree. That's where the purpose of the practice comes about, not deterministic, but we have a choice. But that choice requires the wise attention, If we don't have the wise attention and the background wisdom or knowledge, then it's difficult to choose the right choice that will lead us away from our usual habit, But here, I think the past actions does determine in a way, but not necessarily deterministic. Yeah, I think that's the way the Buddha Dhamma is meant to be, Because generally people tend to follow their past habit, I also have this serious problem also. I got my past habit. So as a result, I get into a lot of trouble in life.
No, actually, I don't deny the past habit lah. It's just the sentence whether correct or not. Only mano sankhara arises automatically when a new sensory input occurs at the pura. Whether this whole thing is correct or not. I mean, I don't deny whatever we do is actually due to the past karma, past habit or whatever. Only this sentence I'm just saying whether the sentence itself like that, right, is it correct or not. But Purana karma refer to the past action. This one I agree lah. It's only whether the sentence mano sankhara arises automatically when the new sensory input occurs at the Purana karma stage. Whether this sentence correct or not.
Can I change it to certain mano sankhara arises when a new sensory input occurs at the Purana karma stage?
That may be a better way to minimize deterministic because this one is it automatically, that means you can't change it. Yeah. Because but to do that, to do or to prevent this automatic happening, you need a wise attention, the yoniso manasikara. And then of course the other thing is the right understanding. So these are also important, but in the case of dependent arising, here when you talk about sankhara, we are talking about a putujana. So a putujana generally, because of unwise attention, and this is what actually can happen. But not the only way, because when a practitioner with the proper mind attitude, then they is able to prevent this from being automatic. So unless you can say, okay, certain mano sankhara, yes, or you can actually add another one, a practitioner with yoniso manasikara, and the right view will be able to prevent this automatic or what you call a general response of past habits to arise automatically, depending on how you want to phrase it.
No, actually, Brother Ko, her sentence is not like that. Her sentence is saying the Manosakhara arises automatically. It's not saying what you say. Now you are saying the wise Manosakhara will prevent the wrong action from automatically occur, something like that. That's different really. You're talking about result. She's talking about the cause. She's talking about because there's a sensory input, then the Manosakhara arises. She's not talking about after using the wise attention and wise Manosankhara, then we can prevent the future karma. She's not talking about that, huh?
In a way, yes, lah, you're right, lah. She's talking about the results from the avijja, lah.
Oh.
Mm.
Maybe say Manosankhara arises when the new sensory input occurs. But whether it occurs at the Purana karma stage or not, it not occurs at the sensory organ there, occurs at the Purana karma stage. Huh?
Because when you say sensory input, you actually at the senses, ma.
Yeah, but it say it occurs at the Purana karma stage. Occurs at the this one I don't know. This one I don't know.
Let Sumitra refine it, no?
Okay. Okay. Then the next slide. Okay. Then that's all.
Okay. So this one okay, ah?
Okay.
Okay, so then we go to the question 7. Meditation. The question is question 7 for 2023 YMBA Senior 2 Dhamma paper. Question 7. Meditation helps in mental development. Explain how to progress through meditation in achieving mental development. This is the question. So the answer is introduction. The Buddha had expounded to his disciples that there are 4 meditation approaches that bring forth mental development, such as purified sentient beings, to get past sorrow and crying, to make an end of pain and sadness, to discover the system and to realize extinguishment. That is in Majjhima Nikaya 10 Satipatthana Sutta. These 4 mental development approaches include mindfulness or contemplation of the body, kaya nupasi, feelings, vedana nupasi, consciousness, citta nupasi, and mental objects, dhamma nupasi. The classic Buddhist meditation consists of 2 main techniques. There is the samatha bhavana, tranquility meditation, that aims for developing deep absorption, and vipassana bhavana, insight meditation, that develops wisdom for realizing the characteristics of natural existence. These techniques aim to develop various qualities including equanimity, sati or mindfulness, samadhi or unifications of mind, for example, samatha tranquility and vipassana insight, and are also said to lead to abhinya, supra-mundane powers. These meditation techniques are preceded by and combined with practices which aid this development, such as moral restraint and right effort to develop wholesome states of mind. We shall be attempting to figure out how to progress through meditation in achieving mental development. So, how to progress through meditation in achieving mental development? First, the foundation. Having faith in a triple gem, that is the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Finding an experienced meditation teacher. Choosing a suitable meditation subject based on one's temperament. For example, a person with logical and analytical mind or being anxious may choose the 10 kasina or breath as meditative subject. Or a person with faithful temperament may recollect the virtues of the triple gems, Deva, etc. Or where a person with lustful temperament may choose any of the 10 foulness or Asubha as his meditative subject. Number 2 is moral groundwork. Keeping the 5 precepts, guarding the sense door, and living a simplifying life. Number 3, establishing mindfulness. Daily practice with an anchor, for example, breath. Returning repeatedly. Number 4, overcoming the 5 hindrances. That is, sensual desire, ill will, sloth, restlessness, and doubt. Using recognitions, wise reflection, and sustained effort. Number 5 is developing access concentration or upachara samadhi. Suppression of hindrances or emergence of jhana factors. Number 6 is attaining absorption, apana samadhi. First jhana, then mastery, and then subsequently to higher jhanas. Number 7 is cultivating the Brahma Viharas. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, and Upekkha as wholesome mental qualities. Number 8 is turning to insight, that is the Vipassana aspect. Discerning the 3 characteristics, anicca, dukkha, anatta, in all conditioned phenomena. Number 9 is maturing through the insight knowledges. For example, knowledge of arising and passing away, equanimity about formations. Number 10 is attaining supramane path and fruits. This is the final mental development leading to liberation. So as conclusion, as meditation progress from moral restraint through concentration to wisdom, each stage supports the next. That is, Sila enables Samadhi, Samadhi enables Panya, and Panya finally eradicates the defilement. This is the gradual training, Anupubhasika, taught by the Buddha. So these are the references. So that's the end of the answer. Any comments?
I feel it is like
This
not
is Dhamma paper.
yeah, not got answer part of it lah, like not so full like that lah, I feel lah. But what else to write, I don't know lah. I feel like it is like not fully answered like that.
But this one is, the question is to...
How to progress through meditation in achieving mental development. How to progress through meditation. A bit hard, or the question a bit hard.
I'll give you my version later on. So you can
Okay.
digest and mix two together.
Okay.
Here, I think the 10 points here are also good framework lah. Maybe
Yeah, but these 10 points
elaboration.
are not what, how do I say? This is like very layman term, but the book say what? The book, I think they may expect more Dharma based answer. This is more like a common sense answer.
Maybe too brief lah. But except for the foundation, that is something which is okay lah.
And I feel that the opening, right? First they talk about the Satipatthana, then after that go to the Samatha. It's like not gel like that.
I show you my copy, and let you go and digest. But
it doesn't mean that I know how to answer lah. I just feel that
you just see and view lah. If come out, you gain it.
Okay.
So brother, now you want to share first, is it?
Yeah. You stop your sharing. I share my one. Okay. Your introduction and content. What is mental development? These are the way. And what is mental development? And second one, the progressive state of meditation leading to mental development. State 1, ethics, right attitude, posture, environment. State 2, developing access concentration by overcoming the 5 hindrances. Here. State 3, achieving the jhana absorption, deep concentration. First to 4th jhana. Then state 4, then progress after the jhana come the insight meditation. And you want to see the three mark existence, right? And then state 5, come to path and fusion, full mental liberation. And then the practical way to progress through meditation daily. Right? This is how you should practice. And then common obstacle, impatience, dullness, excitement, pain, fear of strange experience. That's all. And then finally the conclusion. So you're going to look through and see what you can incorporate in.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, continue lah. Next one.
Okay, so is it on the presentation mode?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
So this is question number 9. Describe the meaning of the following lines from Ratana Sutta in your own words. Yam Buddha Seto Parivanayi Suchim Samadhi Manantari Kana Mahu Samadhina Tena Samona Vijati Idampi Dame Ratanam Panitam Ekena Sachena Suvati Hotu. So this is the phrase of a phrase in or a verse in the Ratana Sutta. So the question asked to explain in one's own words. So introduction, the Ratana Sutta, that is the discourse on jewels, is a revered scripture in Theravada Buddhism that praises the virtues of the 3 jewels, that is the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. It is frequently chanted for protection and to invoke blessings of well-being. So, Yam Buddha Seto Parivanai Suchim Samadhi Manantari Kanan Mahu Samadhina Tena Samona Vijati Idampi Sadame Ratanam Panitam Etena Sachena Suvati Hotu. It is the 5th verse found in the Ratana Sutta. Yam Buddha Seto Parivanai Suchim. Oh, sorry, this is the repeat. So that pure concentration, the Supreme Buddha praise is described, the Supreme Buddha praise is described as concentration without interruption. There is nothing like that concentration. In the Dhamma is this precious jewel found. On account of this truth, may there be well-being. This is the translation of the verse 5. So the translation in the tabular form. So this is the Pali terms and this is the meaning in English. Yam meaning such. Buddha Seto has 2 words, Buddha and Seto. The Buddha refers to the enlightened one. Seto is the highest supreme. So Buddha Seto refers to the Supreme Buddha. Parivanai is praise. Suchim, pureness, purity, stainless. Samadhi is concentration. Manantari, Manantari, without interval or interruption. kana, a line, margin, or edge. Mahu, ahu, they describe or say. Samadhina, concentration. Tena, with that. Samo, meaning similar. Na vijati, there is none. Idampi, this. Dame, the teachings of the enlightenment. Ratana panitam, supreme jewel. Etena sachena, by this truth. Suvati hotu, may there be safety, happiness, or well-being. So the interpretation is this. The whole stanza may be translated as that pure concentration which the Supreme Buddha praised is described as concentration without interruption. The meditation leading directly to awakening. There is nothing equal to that concentration. In the Dhamma, is this precious jewel found. By this truth, may there be well-being. So this verse praises the Dhamma, that is the teachings of the Buddha, by focusing on the ultimate state of mental focus, that is the samadhi. This is a state of concentration so complete and steady that the mind is no longer pulled away by anything. Because it is uninterrupted, it can carry the meditator all the way to awakening without falling back into confusion. Here, samadhi is not pure. It's not purely the calming of the mind. So samadhi is not purely the calming of the mind, but a purified, noble concentration that serves as a powerful support for insight. A collected mind is less scattered, less ruled by craving and fear, and more capable of seeing clearly. A steady mind can observe the arising and passing away of physical and mental phenomena, sees impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and not self more deeply. This is the path of the Noble Eightfold Path, based on right view and right intention. One observes morality which enable one to strive to attain the right mindfulness and the right concentration without much hindrances. One who diligently cultivates the path will invariably attain the supramundane concentration of the four paths of stream entrance, that is Sotapanna, once returner, Sakadagami, non-returner, Anagami, and Arahant, followed by the arising of the ocean. This represents perfect sainthood and full enlightenment. The Arahant has completely eradicated all 10 factors, which include the remaining attachments to existence, conceit, restlessness, and ignorance. So as a conclusion, so in my own words, the verse tells us the Buddha praised a special kind of pure, uninterrupted concentration. Nothing else is equal to it. This concentration is a true jewel in the Dhamma. Not because it is magical, but because a steady mind sees things as they really are and letting go of suffering. By the truth of this, may there be well-being. So this is the reference. So any comments? So any comments from the floor?
I not very sure. Brother Lau, is it correct? I mean, do you have other answer for that?
I have lah. I share with you later lah. Or I give to you lah. For the last
No, I
time.
mean for this question actually, what
You want to see? I can share it to you.
What is actually asked?
He's asking about what is this particular verse. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
I think this answer you'll get mark lah. It's just how much mark you get. So if
Yeah.
you can answer even in this way, definitely they have to give you substantial mark one.
Yes,
So
definitely got marks, but it's just whether fully answer or not only lah.
Okay. First, you introduce the Ratana Sutta. What is it about? A similar thing, I explain as what your sister said, which are the words of this particular verse. So, what the pure concentration which the best Buddha praise, which they call immediate, there's no equal that concentration. These two is excellent gem with Dhamma, and by these two, may there be a well-being. So, this is what stated down here, particular meaning. Okay, you can read through yourself. So, doctrinal explanation, I mean, the meaning of Antarika Samadhi. So, explained down here. Concentration of super mundane moment. And then, why is it unequal? The Samona Vichati. Then, the significant of verse in Ratana Sutta. So here, it explains why is that. The Dhamma contains concentration so pure, powerful that nothing equals it. The concentration is accessible to human beings who follow the path. And by honoring this truth, the reciter aligns themselves with the actual nature of reality. So then you talk about the practical reflection of a practitioner. Okay. And finally, conclusion. Mine is more straightforward.
Okay.
So I send it to you. Don't worry.
Okay.
So you go and digest yourself. Final one. Make sure you all go exam. Be prepared.
Yeah. Susah lah. Hi.
Okay, any more?
I think that's all right.
That's all. Then my turn lah. All the rest or not?
Wait, I think there's another one.
Yeah. I think got short notes, right? Or short.
No, that one is another year one. This one is
Short notes is earlier
yeah,
one.
short notes, yeah. Okay, so I'll continue with the short notes to finish up the 2023 lah.
This Ratana, I think, will come out. So die also must remember. Ratana sure come out one.
Aiyo, susah. Yeah. It's going to die already.
Chai-Hun, be positive. When
okay.
when you are susah, that one is dosa, no. That is akusala. So you say be positive, then you are in kusala mode.
Okay.
Okay. So listen to Sister Sylvia Bay's YouTube that I shared with you in the email.
Yeah, when got time to listen.
When you are free, you take your time to listen.
Okay.
To me, I find it very, very useful and very helpful. And the way she presents is very different from 5 years or 10 years ago. She sounds very good. And she can actually present so well to what you call train the trainers. So she's in a different level.
Okay.
I think brother-in-law, Sister Sylvia Bay is also a lecturer in Pali College, right? In Singapore, right?
Me who?
Sister Sylvia Bay?
No, she is teaching. The last time she taught me is a culture paper. Buddhist culture. No more down there for many years.
Oh, I thought she's still lecturing.
No, no more. She only in this. I think Buddhist fellowship. Right?
Singapore Buddhist Fellowship.
Now she's very hot down there. Dhamma speaker.
Yeah. So I think the one I shared, that one was with the Singapore, with the KL side. She did the workshop for them, for the degraders, the gladians.
I never met her very long. That's why I also lost touch with her.